Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new top 5 mints of the week where we every single Sunday cover the 5 best mints happening on Solana over the next 7 days. You know, the entire crypto and NFT market as well is kind of in a horrible spot right now. You're probably aware of everything that happened to Luna and UST and all of that. And the NFT market has of course been affected as well. You see the volume being way less than what it used to be, but there are still some really nice mints happening this upcoming week that you for sure are able to make some decent money on. So I'm ready to share these mints with you guys. If you appreciate these videos, as always, smash that like and subscribe down below to never miss any of my videos. The links to all of these projects will be down below in the description, so you can go and check them out for yourselves. Do your own research, only invest at your own risk, because this is not financial advice. I'm just here to share my own thoughts and opinions on these projects. The links to my Patreon and my Twitter will also be down below. Over in my Patreon, I basically do a ton of whitelist giveaways, share alpha, being active in chat, all that good stuff, so link is down below. Now with all of that said, let's jump right into the first project. Okay, and the first project is a really anticipated one. It's Norios. Basically 2,222 abilities, 2,222 personalities, one unified mind. Sentient, mystical beings, each individually evolved with unique skill sets and telepathic abilities. So here you basically have the artwork. You know, I kind of like this art. It's basically some sort of anime style of artwork that has been fairly popular in the recent months, so that's nice to see. They obviously also have like 60,000 followers here on Twitter, which is pretty massive considering their supply is only 2,222. And checking out their website right here, they basically only have links to their Discord and the scroll. Now the scroll is basically a Google document including everything you need to know about their project, so I for sure recommend you to read through the scroll, basically just to look at the most important part. You basically have the entire lore right here. Then you have the temple, which is basically where you send your Norios NFTs to basically get enlightened, something like that, and then you receive their Nori tokens in return. So the temple is basically their staking mechanism. Then they will have their very own fortune store where you can use their Nori tokens to buy different things, including like raffles, auctions, lotteries, and merchandise, and so on. Then they will have alpha hunters, they have Web 3.0 job services, different partnerships, as well as Nakama NFT, which will be their second collection with a supply of 4,444. These are basically tamed feral creatures to accompany and protect you on your adventure. And then you have their team towards the bottom of this scroll document. So that's basically Norios right there. Obviously a super hyped collection with some cool looking art, low supply, and I think it will do really well. So these are basically minting on May 17th, which is in like 2 days when this video goes live. The mint price is yet to be decided, but I'm guessing somewhere in like the 1.5 to 2 Solana range maybe. But then again, Solana has dropped like 50%, so it kind of makes sense if they choose to go for like 2 to 3 Solana as well, because it's basically the same dollar value. But who knows, that's basically what it is. Low supply, really hyped project, minting in 2 days. Alright, now the second project in today's video, we have Senjin Vipers. This is another project that has been super hyped up for a long period of time, and their mint is finally arriving. So Senjin Vipers is a collection of 2,000 NFTs on the Solana blockchain. They currently have over 65,000 followers here on Twitter, which is pretty crazy considering the low supply of only 2,000 NFTs. So I do think these will also do pretty well. Here you basically have their artwork, so it's basically the standard pixel art that we see on Solana. Similar art to Boryoku dragons, of course, but overall I do think they look pretty sick. And jumping over to their Discord, we can see that their mint is happening on May 18th, so in 3 days, and their mint price is 2 Solana, which I think is pretty fair considering Solana is down like 50%, so this is only like $100, as well as their low supply of only 2,000 NFTs and their amount of hype. I for sure think 2 Solana is pretty fair. Now if we go to the roadmap section in their Discord, it's basically empty. We don't know much about the long-term goals and vision behind this project, so for right now we're basically only going off the hype as well as the art. But overall I do think for sure they have enough hype to do really well, even though I would like to see what their long-term plans are. But Senjin Vipers is for sure another project worth checking out, and I do think it has potential to do really well because it has been hyped up for so so long and has a low supply, and their mint price is fair at only 2 Solana, which is like $100 right now. So link down below, I for sure recommend you to go and check it out. And if you don't have whitelist, it could for sure be a nice secondary play as well, if you're able to enter at the right time. Alright, moving on to the third project, we have Skullbot Biker Gang. These are basically launching on the Magic Eden Launchpad on Monday, May 16th, which is tomorrow, of course. Now, Skullbot Biker Gang has actually released some previous collections as well, but they're pretty different than the one they're doing right now. These two previous collections, called Skullbots and Skullbots Gen 1, has some entirely different art, as well as their super low supply. So this first Gen 0 is only 169 supply, and the second one is 338. And obviously, as I said, their art is completely different, but now they're coming out with a third collection. Their art overall looks really good. I think their art looks pretty sick as a PFP project. Now, the supply for this collection is 3,666, so fairly low supply, I would say, kind of in the middle between like low supply and big supply, but 3,666 is a pretty nice supply in my opinion. They do also basically have 30,000 followers here on Twitter, which is quite a lot, of course, considering their supply is only like 10% of that. So Skullbot Biker Gang is another one worth checking out for sure. It has some cool looking art. They know how to make projects from the previous two collections as well, so it will be interesting to see how this one does. Alright, the fourth project today is Droid Capital, another pretty anticipated mint. Basically, they have like 25,000 followers here on Twitter. They're minting on the Magic Eden Launchpad on May 18th, so in only a couple of days as well. A cross-chain hive, HQ and home base for entrepreneurial degen big brains. NFT holders gain entry to the Droid DAO. Right here, you basically have their artwork, which I for sure think looks interesting. It's not like my favorite art on Solana, but I do think they look pretty nice. So Droid Capital is basically your personal DAO managed crypto investment fund. As a Droid Capital NFT holder, you will own part of the DAO portfolio, which aims to consist of an array of leading crypto native opportunities that are difficult for public investors to enter. Our vision is for Droid DAO to grow into an influential entity with an investment eco built around a native Droid token. They're planning to make some long-term sustainable utility as well, and these plans will evolve with the DAO. The project's goals is to consistently increase a Droid DAO's funds under management, of course. So the entire goal is basically to make an investment fund, and if you hold their NFT, you basically own a small share of this fund. Now, the supply for Droid Capital is basically 6,500, and there's some different prices. So for OGs, it's 2.25 Solana, and for whitelist, it's 2.5 Solana. So Droid Capital is for sure another really hyped up project and really anticipated one as well. They have been around on like social media for a while, so their mint is finally right around the corner, and I do think it has potential to do really well as long as like their DAO and stuff does well, of course, because if their investment fund ends up doing badly, no one wants to hold this project. But with the money they're about to raise, they for sure have the opportunity to spend a lot of money on different investments, so it will be really interesting to see how it goes. Alright, so I wasn't really able to find a fifth project that I'm personally like really bullish on, but one that I think has potential is the Alien Planet, minting on May 17th on the Magic Eden Launchpad as well. They have like 10,000 followers with a low supply of only 2,222. First NFT merch marketplace on Solana, so they're basically building their own merchandise marketplace, which I think could be really interesting if they're able to make it in a good way. Basically, wear your JPEGs is their motto. Here you basically have their artwork, which I think looks fairly basic. It's nothing special in my opinion, but you know, it's like a fairly simple PFP project. But then again, I bet you're not buying this project just for the art. They're basically trying to build some real life utility with this merchandise marketplace on Solana. So if they're able to do it in a good way, I think it could be really interesting. So the Alien Planet is for sure another project worth checking out. And there you go. Those were the 5 projects in today's video. If there were anyone I missed, because I always miss out on some projects, unfortunately, let me know down below in the comment section, and also let me know what you thought of these 5 projects in today's video. Links to all of them will be down below in the description as always. So the links to my Patreon and my Twitter if you want to check that out. Now with all of that said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.